Hey folks, welcome to the Wealth Transfer with TC. Today I want to talk a little bit about Bitcoin and where we are at with Bitcoin, prophetically speaking. And I'm going to touch on other subjects like Luna and some of the stablecoin issues. But first, before I get into that, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing information, giving you my thoughts and my opinions on that information. So if you guys like these videos that I make, the support links are down below in the description, the Patreon, PayPal, and so on. Now, one of the things that I want to share, folks, is that right now we're just kind of taking everything day by day. And we've had a lot of things come up like, we have the CPI, the inflation numbers come out last week, and then we have the Federal Reserve raising interest rates and all that. And there was supposed to be this big comeback with the stock market taking off and cryptocurrency taking off. And I didn't really see that. I think the main thing that I've always been thinking with this market run, at least within the stock market, we were also going to see individual stocks within the stock market like we saw between January and June of last year. And I believe that we're in another period of that. So much so that you really don't want to hold on to stocks very long because they're going up and then they're coming down very quickly. And we truly have, in my opinion, have come into a swing trade market. There's very few stocks that I would even consider investing in, putting in money and holding it there for a long period of time. And so that's the type of market that we are going into. So currently right now, we see Bitcoin at 20,863. Now, when we hit that 30 to 35,000 mark, we put out prophetic alerts. The whole community was putting out alerts dealing with Bitcoin crashing. And I'm not sure if this where we see Bitcoin right now, which is at 20,859, if this is eventually going to lead to a crash or a flash crash. And personally, I don't think that time is yet. I think there has to be more of a major catalyst in order for that to happen. Now, I will say this. You see that Bitcoin is below 21,000. And actually, yesterday, it almost went under that 20,000 mark. And I think that if it had went under that 20,000 mark, it would have continued to slide down. Part of the reasons why the crypto industry is hurting is because crypto is more tied into the stock market now. A lot of these tech stocks being involved with cryptocurrency. But what's going on with Bitcoin, from what I'm seeing, there is obviously a lot of manipulation. When you look at what happened with Luna, and then you look to see what happened with USDT, and how they lost some of the peg for a very short period of time. Then we have Celsius and what happened with Celsius. And then we have USDD, right, which is another stablecoin you may not have heard of, but they have lost some of their peg. And I believe that, this is an orchestrated attack. So there's a lot of things that I'm seeing, and I don't think that they are done yet. Liquidations, we're at an all-time high. I mean, you guys were probably seeing some of the news. You can see some of these articles here. Over 1 billion wiped out within 24 hours. At some points, and people are still leveraging, and they're like, altcoins are going to go on a run, and just as soon as you think they go on a run, they get pulled back. Okay, and I actually shared that on the Patreon. I said, I don't think we're ready for this run yet. All the altcoins are going up, but Bitcoin is staying exactly where it was at. It was staying down. It wasn't moving, while some of these coins were up 10, 13, 15%. And I said, no, we're not ready yet. When some of those coins were at lows, it actually was a good time to, somewhat stock up on it. And also, not only that, being able to swing trade many of those cryptocurrencies. There's been so many opportunities. So where do I see Bitcoin going from here? And, one of the things is that I'm seeing is that there are people that are purposely trying to destroy other companies in the cryptocurrency industry. There are people that are trying to destroy stable coins right now. And as I've shared in the previous video, you don't want USDT to fall, especially right now, because they're so intertwined within the markets. You will literally have exchanges like crash and go away if USDT was to fall right now. So one of the things that I wanted to point out, that Christopher Harris saw Bitcoin down to 16 to 17,000 K. And there's a lot of conspiracies out there, some things that I have seen, and we're not just talking about from your average YouTuber. And there were some things I pointed out on the Patreon. I posted an update, and if you look at where MicroStrategy said it would face a margin call on some of his Bitcoin holdings if the crypto falls to 21,000. Okay, so this information actually was public. And so don't you think that hedge funds or some other bad guys would want to take advantage of this? Because guess what? Then they can short MicroStrategy and they can take advantage of that and bring down this company. And then we have Celsius too as well, where they were actually at that 16,000 mark for liquidation. So when that event occurred, right, they were actually, from what I've been reading and from what I've been listening to, that they were trying to go after Celsius too as well and get them liquidated. And you guys already know that, especially on Binance, billions of dollars of liquidations, over the past however long since all this stuff has been going on. All right, so there's a lot of people losing a lot of money. What Celsius did is they actually took themselves out of that 16 to 17,000 K liquidation zone. So if Bitcoin had dropped down to 16, 17,000, Celsius would be completely liquidated. A lot of people lose a lot of money. So the liquidation price now for them is around 14,000. Now, I don't know too much about Celsius, and actually I never even heard of it until all this happened and how ingrained they kind of were in some of the things that they were doing in the cryptocurrency industry, dealing with loans and all this other crazy stuff. So I don't think this is over. And it might be very well that, the way that I look at things, I told myself, that, there's a lot of coins that you can stack up on. Like, you look at ADA, you look at XRP, even Dogecoin. I did have a prophetic word about that. It's going to go lower than that. And when that time comes, I'll put it out. Shiba Inu, Kronos, 11 cents. Stellar, 11 cents. So there's actually a lot of good opportunities that are out there to stack up right now. But if this does go lower, if Bitcoin goes lower, if it does drop to that 16, 17,000 mark, the altcoins are going to go down too. And this is what I wanted to share with you concerning Luna. Christopher Harris has seen some low pricing targets here, and he doesn't know approximately when these are going to happen. And we also saw, which I'm doing a video on, Drew Wyatt, where he talked about the 3 times Luna went to 10 cents, right? But in this particular prophetic word that he shared on May the 6th, he said he saw BTC at 16 to 17K. I was surprised it went that low. Right? He saw BTC3S had gone up, didn't see the figure, and saw my Luna low order at 0.000014 hadn't fully filled, and I was wondering why. When he did talk about seeing Bitcoin at 25K, he said the prices had already been recovering. Right, so we saw it go below 25K. So that's what I am looking for. I'm looking to see that drop to 16 to 17,000. I think if it does go below the 20,000, it will drop down to that, and that will be our signal to really stock up, right, on your Cardano, on your XRP, your Dogecoin, whatever other coins that you're involved in. I have no idea. I mean, they're actually really good prices now, but if Bitcoin was to fall from where it's at now to 16, 17,000, who knows how far some of these other altcoins will go down, right? And who knows if it does go to 16, 17,000, how long will it stay at that price? Okay, so if we do see, and when you said 16/17,000, that means like what, 16,500? But let me tell you something, they are using Bitcoin to liquidate you folks. And this actually happened several times over the past week, where you'll see these altcoins, they're up 5, 10, 15%, and Bitcoin right now really controls the market. So when you see Bitcoin going up, then you know that the rest will follow, right? So who knows? I do expect, because of what we have discussed, dealing with XRP and some of the things that Christopher Harris said he saw. And he saw the decision go into the favor of the SEC, which is going to cause a crash of Bitcoin, right? And then we also heard from Maria Conwell, who talked about seeing Bitcoin crash in July. So hopefully it will be this July that she's referring to. But if the XRP case goes in favor of the SEC, at least temporarily, then we will see Bitcoin dropped dramatically. So the other thing I want to bring up is that Christopher Harris saw a safe sell point to sell your Luna, which was 0.004. And one of the things that I was thinking was if there's a lot of volatility in Luna, it's going up and down, up and down, up and down. So maybe at some point during all of this chaos of Luna going up and down, and if Luna is down, and then we have our, if we've experienced certain pricing points already, and then maybe the 0.004 will be a safe point after we've had some of these run-ups. So that's kind of the way that I'm looking at it. Hopefully we get some more clarity on that. So our next possible target is 17,000 for Bitcoin. So all this remains to be seen. So this is just the way that I'm looking at all of this, prophetically speaking. So, you have to pray about it, and, depending on your financial situation, so it's really good prices. But I would think, and this is not for sure, but I would think that since the elite probably knows that which way the XRP case is going to go, and now the SEC is getting a lot more bolder and going after these crypto platforms, they're going after cryptocurrencies, they're going after these projects. And I feel like they've been more emboldened to do that. I would think that if they know that it's coming, that they would try to get crypto on a short bull run before we actually get that decision. So it all remains to be seen, and that's why I say we just take it day by day with all of this. And we even talked about Shiba Inu, and it's already added a 0, and there's prophetic words out there dealing with that. It could actually add another 0, right? So all that remains to be seen. So just, a lot of the cryptos that I have right now, I've held on. I've swing traded some of those, and I'm just waiting for another dip. But it's also opportunity to stack too as well. So maybe we'll see, I couldn't imagine seeing Stellar. I never thought that I would see some of these cryptocurrencies as cheap as they are now. So these are just some thoughts and opinions, the way I look at it. I'm not an expert, folks. And then also look at the prophetic and add the prophetic to that and see where we're at. And, what I keep seeing and hearing every day is just take it day by day. So that's all I have for today, folks. So I thank you guys for listening. God bless. TC out.